I'm back. What'd I miss? Not much, probably. Maybe something. Anyways.
You're not from around here, are you? Not all hung up on local superstitions.
Orbish.
Good. You looking for work? I could use someone to guard my back while I clear the ghosts out of that haunted mansion up on the hill.
Haunted mansion, you say?
The locals call it Coralania Manor. They say it's abandoned and free for salvage. There's rumors of treasure, too. But also that no one who goes after it ever comes out. Not so worried about that. There's one other catch, though.
What's that?
We've got competition. Another so-called ghost hunter trying to beat me to the punch. So we've got to do it first. And look, if we do happen to find long-lost treasure while we're in there, I'll cut you in for a share. What do you say?
Okay.
Gaz is the name of my rival ghost hunter.
Gaz.
Last I saw her, she was hanging around the front doors to the manor. Maybe you could talk to her and see what she's planning. Then we'll know how to keep ahead of her once we get inside.
What about Gaz?
She's a whimpering little know-it-all who isn't happy unless she's the center of attention. You seem like a quick study. We're about to go talk to her. You'll see exactly what I mean.
How long you been hunting ghosts?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit of an amateur ghost hunter. I cleared out one good haunting, but Gaz got all the credit for it. That's why this job is so important. It's how I'm finally gonna make a name for myself.
Oh. What was the other haunting?
Glenumbra. The haunting of Chill House.
Ooh.
I did all the hard work, while Gaz was more concerned about all that unfinished business nonsense. She got the reward. And the notoriety. I didn't get so much as a thank you.
How'd you end up here?
I booked passage on a ship going to the farthest place from where I was at the time. Found out too late that Gaz did too. Just to spite me. We shipwrecked here on Solstice a while back. With the reward money, I'll finally be able to leave.
What made you decide to be a ghost hunter?
I was inspired by a ghost hunting group that visited our stronghold back in Orsinium. Turns out there's a lot more physicality to ghost hunting than I thought.
I mean, I guess in the Elder Scrolls universe, yeah.
I was tired of wrestling bears back home. Punching ghosts? That's a real challenge.
You can punch ghosts?
Yeah, can't you? But look, it's a secondary measure. I give the ghosts a chance to leave first. If they don't, or can't, that's when I introduce them to my fists.
Okay. Can you tell me more about the manor?
Besides it once belonging to necromancers?
Oh.
Not much. These Coralanias really don't like talking about their ancestors. Oh, that's right. No Coralania that went inside ever made it out. Dead or alive. But we're not Coralanias. We'll be alright.
We're learning more and more about these Coralanias, huh? Interesting. They're not so... Well, they did say... The guy did say his ancestors weren't so hot, so...
Oh, you're back.
I knew you were too much of a lamb's liver to go inside on your own.
It's not like I was waiting for you. I was looking for traps. Who's this with you? So, my sister had to hire help just to feel like she's above someone, huh?
Sister, huh?
Oh, she didn't mention that?
While you do not look alike, the two of you. You
Interesting.
have this most
I wonder
petite
what else
features
she's
I've
got
ever seen in
telling
an
me.
orc.
Did she say this manor is extremely haunted? And that no one who has ventured inside to find the treasure has ever come out?
She did mention that.
Well, I suppose she didn't mention that it belonged to the ancient necromancers of old Clan Coralania. So there's likely far more than just ghosts to deal with inside. Extra hazards should mean extra pay. What's she paying you anyway?
A cut of treasure.
That's not fair! That's what I was going to offer! She's always copying me! It was my idea to clear this place out before Orbesh. If you get tired of her and help me instead, I'll pay you the same.
Interesting. Choices to
Nothing
be
left
made with
do but head
siblings?
inside the manor, I suppose. You must not be from Solstice. Locals won't even come near this mansion. Especially not if they have Coralania blood. I tried asking some of those Stark people, but they were too busy.
You're not from Solstice either, though.
I grew up in a small stronghold in Western Orsinium. But I never wanted to be someone's forge wife. I always knew I was meant to see the world. Guess who decided to follow me when I told my family I was leaving?
Orbesh?
She had everything going for her. Clan always said she was everything an orc daughter ought to be. Strong, brave, a good cook. So I can only imagine she decided to tag along just to spite me.
How'd you end up on Solstice?
I tried to get away from Orbesh since she hates me so much. Because she's always copying my ideas, I realized too late that she'd booked the same ship out of Daggerfall. We shipwrecked here during a storm. I've been trying to leave ever since.
And the treasure?
Not much. The gold is certainly enticing, but it's not why I'm a ghost hunter. I want to help lost spirits find peace and move on. And I mean to make a name for myself doing just that, here at Coralania Manor.
That's really the only reason you're here?
If I'm being honest, I guess I'd like to know more about the history of this place. There's gotta be all kinds of information waiting inside. Historical tomes, ancient spellbooks, forbidden knowledge from times long past. It's all a draw to me.
What do you know about the history?
As far as I could learn, it was the seat of power for Clan Coralania following their exile to Solstice. Generations of powerful necromancers made their home here. But after the revolution, it was abandoned.
Okay. I will say something I do like a lot about the side quests so far, and I've only done, what, 3 side quests? 2.5 if you consider the other thing is even a side quest. They're actually involving the history of the locale, not just there's a tiny little place in the area that has its own little dedicated history, and it doesn't really attach to any of the rest of the history. Meanwhile, the quests I've done so far are like I'm learning more about the Coralania history, which is kind of what I'm interested in for this place. The Revolution?
Clan Coralania shifted away from necromancy sometime in the late First Era. That's why they worship the 3 queens now. It seems like there were some necromancy devotees who resisted the change. I think they met violent ends.
Now, 3 queens, is that not the actual Somerset? Is this a separate 3 queens? Why do you think the mansion was abandoned?
Anyone on this island will tell you it's because the place is haunted. But I can't imagine that's the whole story. Not unless these islanders are just unusually afraid of ghosts compared to the people of Tamriel.
You're not afraid of ghosts?
Anyone with any sense is afraid of ghosts to some degree. But unlike my sister, I like to understand the plight of a displaced spirit. To try to solve problems without violence first. Maybe that's what this manor needs. A little understanding.
Okay. Coralania Manor, an abandoned and legendarily haunted manor built by Clan Coralania necromancers of the late First Era. Okay. So this is old because we're 2nd Era quite a ways into it.
Let's search around the foyer. If there are any spirits in the room with us now...
I like
Come
the...
out and fight me! Or my hired help and I are going to loot this place for all it's worth.
I'm beginning to think Orbesh is not the good one here. I like the layer of dust effect. They basically just painted everything gray, but it's a nice touch. A bowl of gems.
Huh. Sea glass. I wonder if it holds sentimental value to the spirits here.
That's a weird looking bust. Hey, that's an dynamo core, not dynamo core.
Clinging to them.
That's not what that is. You can't tell me. I've seen Clockwork City. That's not what this is. Oh.
Hey, wait! Come back and fight me!
A spirit? Did you see it?
I mean, it was a
Where
wisp.
did it come from? What did you do?
It was just a wisp, but
What did you find? What happened when you touched it? Was it a spirit that flew out or some sort of spell-like orb? Did you feel any flashes of memory or strange emotions? Which way did it go?
a lot of questions.
I just want to look at whatever it is you picked up. It's small, right? I doubt it'll be helpful in Orbesh's quest to punch every ghost in the face, or whatever it is she's planning to do.
There you go.
I've read about things like this. Soul gems, sigil geodes. It holds a soul captive, like a cage. It's warm, isn't it? Whoever was in there must have been trapped for quite some time. We should follow that spirit and learn more.
We?
You and Orbesh can do what you want. I intend to follow that spirit. I'm just, seeing if I can sense its aura to guide me to it.
What are you talking about?
I've always been sensitive to things the rest of my family couldn't perceive. Shifts in mood or motivation. Knowing someone's ill intentions before they're revealed to others. It's the same for ghosts, only much clearer.
Can you sense any auras in this manner?
I had a grasp on the aura from that wisp for the briefest moment, then it was gone. The rest of this place is overwhelming. Hatred.
What are you, an
Sorrow.
empath?
Regret. Endless suffering. Honestly, it's making me a little nauseous.
What about my aura?
I can, but I think we'd both prefer it if I keep those perceptions to myself. And I just know if I keep talking to you too long, Orbesh might get punchy. We should find out where that spirit went.
Have you read a lot about things like the Soul Cage?
I've read a number of texts on the nature of necromancy that are perfectly relevant and appropriate for my area of study. Which, to be clear, is ghost hunting. My interest is in helping the dead, not controlling them.
Okay. More relevant reading material?
I hadn't thought much about it. I suppose we might. It once belonged to ancient necromancers, after all. A good scholar might take it upon herself to preserve what we find, for posterity and historical importance.
Well, I can see where it went if I crouch down. But I don't have to tell you guys.
I didn't ask you to. I'm perfectly capable
Why
of
can't you
finding
two get
that
along?
by following the emanations of its aura.
Siblings shouldn't fight. Unless one of the siblings is a real jerk, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
I definitely feel a strong, vengeful aura coming from somewhere in this room.
Yeah, from me. Now stay out of the way while we do all the actual searching, guys.
Is this just going to be the thing back and forth to the siblings?
That was my guess, too.
What else is in here?
I was just about to search that. Nothing?
Dinner basket?
Stay your hands, trespassers. Speak to me, and we may avoid conflict.
You have possessed a skeever.
Are you scared, Orbesh?
I'm not! I just slipped in the wisp tropics.
You have possessed a skeever.
Scavengers, trespassers. Had you not freed me from that soul cage, I would turn my full wrath upon you. And yet, also my rescuers. I owe you my begrudging thanks. I am Valendir, the High Necromancer of Clan Coralania,
Oh,
and the master of this manor.
you look like a skeever.
A temporary form borrowed for this occasion. I will find something more dignified soon enough. You come seeking riches, do you not? This manor hosts a vault of Coralania gold, untouched since our days of glory. It's yours if you agree to aid me.
You seem too cooperative for a high necromancer. What? The cage, how long?
No Coralanian that trespassed these halls after my death would ever be able to leave. No nosy outsiders could find the vault and survive, just as I planned. Gold means nothing to me. Exacting revenge on those who trapped me, that is what I desire.
How do we do that?
By interrogating the spirits that wander these once honored halls.
This is a fun
Starting with the
quest.
Wailing Gardens, or my reanimatorium.
Reanimatorium.
As a show of trust, and to conceal my presence, I will return to the soul cage. Do we have an accord?
Sure.
Take the trapdoor in the corner to enter the reanimatorium, or the south door to reach the gardens. Surely we'll find someone who can tell us how I was murdered. Collect me in the soul cage when you are ready to move on.
What about the Wailing
A
Gardens?
hedge maze where my sister Lirianwe used to practice her singing in private. My brother Siluron and I called it the Wailing Gardens to tease her for her shyness. In truth, she has a lovely voice. I have missed hearing it these many years.
The Reanimatorium.
My private sanctum. The domain of my life's work as a necromancer. My usurpers would surely seek to destroy it when they thought I met my end. Oh, I can't wait to see what became of them. Use the trapdoor in the corner to
How
access.
trapped is this mansion? What about you?
My kin plotted to bury our family's legacy. They told me to forsake my necromancy and embrace their 3 queens. If I complied, they would let me and my siblings live. You'd think they'd know better than to threaten a necromancer.
What'd you do?
I cursed these grounds and our bloodline in anticipation of treachery. My betrayers would be trapped, and no Coralonian that entered these halls would ever be able to leave. Had I more time, I'd have added more death traps as well.
About those death traps?
You'll see soon enough, trespasser. Do not fret. I am their architect, and I'm helpless to accomplish anything here without your assistance. With my help, the traps will pose minor obstacles to you and your tusked friends.
How did getting trapped in the soul cage factor in?
It didn't, obviously. This soul cage is a tool I invented to circumvent the nastier side effects of lichdom. If I was going to rule this clan for an eternity, I would need to keep
God,
my
this echo
psyche
effect is
intact.
crazy. You're a lich?
I put aside the aspirations of lichdom when my clan began speaking of the 3 queens in rebellion. Protecting my family and our legacy was more important at the time. But I won't allow myself to be blinded by hindsight. We move forward.
Okay. Get in my pocket, I guess.
So we have to work together if we want to get that treasure. Fine. Let's head down the trap door first.
What? Absolutely not. We should search the gardens first.
Well, I guess I gotta pick one or the other. Orbesh?
You agree with me, right? We should search the Reanimatorium first instead of the Wailing Gardens.
Why do you want to search that place first?
Honestly, because I knew Gaz would pick the gardens. I want her whining about me copying her again. I don't really care what we do first. You found the wisp, so I say you should pick.
Let me talk to Gaz.
I'm thrilled to be helping you with Valentir's unfinished business so he can find closure and move on.
He might not be moving
Even
on.
if it means having to work with Orbesh. You agree with me, don't you? The gardens are the perfect place to start.
I would love if this is a twist that he is actually a nice necromancer, whatever that means. Why do you think we should search the gardens first?
I feel like there's something calling to me in the gardens. Some other forlorn spirit in need of guidance. You don't feel it? And I hate the sound of the Reanimatorium. Only one guess as to what goes on there. It makes me shudder.
Let me see what Orbesh thinks. Well... I want to say the Reanimatorium is first on the list of things, but I kind of like Gaz more currently. We'll do the Wailing Gardens.
And you thought the gardens were gonna be less creepy.
Oh, shut up. Aren't you supposed to be punching things?
Come a little closer and maybe I will.
Lovely. Oh, another wisp.
The maze is overgrown.
Wait.
There's no way inside.
How are you here?
Valentir, please help us so we can help you.
There, under the bickering. Do you hear it? That music? It's Lirianwe, my sister. She's here. Practicing in the hedge maze, just as she always did. Has she really been trapped here all this time?
Why would she be trapped here?
She worked in sympathy with those that wish to forsake our family's legacy of necromancy. The curse I set upon this house would have trapped her here. No, It cannot be. Lirianwe would never do that to me. We need to reach her and learn more.
Maze is overgrown. How do you suggest we get through?
I suppose you might use the soul cage to transfer my essence to that statue. I am more accustomed to animating organic matter, so I will require your direction. Point me to a weak spot, and I will use the statue to break through the hedge.
What?
You, I can depend on. Those other two seem preoccupied with their senseless bickering. Are they always like this?
I don't know.
I shouldn't be surprised. This is the inherent nature of siblings from my experience. Oh, the quarrels Siluran and I used to get into. The way we used to tease our younger sister, Lirianwe. It must be the same for you and your siblings.
No, I actually get along very well with my brother.
But of course, I would say the same for Siluran and Lyri. Dearest friends, I would do anything for them. But knowing one another since birth means they understand precisely how to get on your every last nerve.
Of course, but doesn't mean you have to do that. I'm putting you in a oh, one of these, the
Very well.
the night things,
Guide
whatever they're
me,
called.
and let us end this indignity quickly.
You look cool as hell, though.
Smash the overgrown hedges. Come on. I could do that.
Let's see him in action. Oh, I like how he walks. He's got, look at his strut.
I think we'd still be waiting on you, Orbesh. Come on.
Oh, you don't want to keep going with
Sense
this guy?
the auras of other spirits further in.
Oop, sorry.
I'll try.
Come on, go down. Wait. What? What's going on with the map here? Oh. Oh, it is actually a maze. Ooh, Flesh Atronachs. No, stop trying to talk to Orbesh. This way. Now, is there going to be a situation where the statue is not strictly next to the thing I need to open? Let's see. Okay, well, here's the thing to smash. Oh, the statue's behind. Why can't you just take one statue and just pilot it all the way to where we need to go?
Mark the way for me, then.
Here he comes. Look at him. I've never seen a statue with so much swagger.
Another step closer. Keep up, trespassers.
Is this what it's like to be you guys? Letting someone else do all the hard work while you just tag along?
An original thought? Strung together all on your own? Orbesh, our parents will be so proud.
Why can't you two just stop that? I miss the Vanis siblings. They get along much better than this.
I am situated. I defer to your guidance, trespasser.
Just, couldn't you call me assistant? Even interloper would be better than trespasser.
Cease the bickering, trespassers. We're close now. Lirianwe is near.
Okay. It does seem like a straight shot. This is a cool side quest. I like side quests where it's not so much run through thing and kill everything. It's like, here's some... What the hell? Hold on a second. Hold that thought.
A party full of faces, familiar and new.
I still don't see this singing sister. Should we speak to the guests? Mingle a bit?
and Bulure,
Fine. One
Slagway,
of them makes the wrong move, or you take too long, I'm going to start.
through Tirugarian, Virwarde.
An
Virwarde.
outsider. How novel. Would you care for a dance? I've only had other spirits of Clan Coralania here, and it's no fun dancing with family. Oh, let me guess. You're here for the treasure, aren't you?
Kind of.
Oh, would that I could tell you, newcomer. I died before I made it that far. Now I'm spending eternity with all my family, who thought they could circumvent the curse on this manor too. Ah well, at least there's music and dancing.
Huh, they have quite a good outlook on things. Kultadil, Indindrith, God, elf names. Niralid, Philantelmo.
Outsiders. It feels like an eternity since I've seen anyone who wasn't a Coralania. How long has it been? Tell me, does our clan still survive? Did the three queens guide us to a new age free from the shackles of necromancy?
Yes, on both accounts, I think.
Then our revolution was not for nothing. That fickle Valandir. We gave him every chance to adapt and change his ways. Instead, he cursed these crowds. A trap for all that carry Coralania blood. Doomed to dance. Never to leave.
Valandir forced you to dance?
The dancing wasn't Valandir. I don't know who it might be. My cousin Lirianwe doesn't seem all the way here. We're subject to some whim of hers or some other master I don't know. Speak to her. She looks different from the rest of us.
Okay.
Oh, new faces? How exciting.
Wait, you don't look dead. You do look like you've cut out your heart, though. Did you become a lich?
Are you one of the servants that Siluran hired from the mainland?
Wait, you've got like crystals in your
I
head.
didn't think he'd ever win that argument against Valandir. Whatever your opinions on necromancy, there's no denying that skeletal servants are simply more practical.
I'm not a servant, Valandir. What is happening?
Followed it through the Wailing Gardens, did you? I see. My brothers must have sent you to tease me. Twins are so fickle, but I won't let you ruin my night, whoever you are. Look at my audience. See how they dance. And soon, you'll dance for me too.
Is that a threat?
A threat to get you to dance with Valandir. Didn't you say you were his guest? I was hoping to see him and Siluran. My dear brothers always encouraged me to be less shy with my singing. Will Valandir be here soon?
I don't know. Let me talk to him.
More? More sisters?
Huh.
Trespasser. I won't have Leary see me like this.
I mean, she doesn't look so hot herself.
That thing isn't my sister. It's some artless fabrication containing a fragment of her at best. She seems to think this is some sort of party where she's been asked to sing, like she always wished for, like we always encouraged her to do.
Did we learn anything from just now?
I stand by my initial assessment. Leary never would have conspired with those who opposed me. She was a practicing necromancer herself. Her skill might have matched mine given time. But what I've seen here could only have been done by a necromancer.
What do you mean?
These fragments of my sister's body and spirit are the byproduct of a necromantic procedure of my own invention. I never got it quite right. Hard enough to believe that she might have betrayed me. But then to do this to herself? It's unthinkable.
Is there more information in the reanimatorium?
Very astute. That is where I left my notes, and several hindrances to those who would go seeking my work. Fret not. I will guide you safely through them. But do tell Gaz to brace herself. It's as bad down there as she fears.
Oh boy. Ominous. Oh, she... Oh no, are they following us? They weren't behind me a second ago. That's creepy. So are we gonna learn more about the brother in the reanimatorium? Oh, I didn't realize that's where we looped back. Oh. Oh boy, that's a lot of big cages. This place looks lovely.
What's that fog up ahead? Valendir? A little help?
Ha! So the miasma trap performed perfectly. In the event of my death, portions of these chambers would fill with a deadly toxin to zombify any that wandered into its mire. Another layer of defense against those who would steal or destroy my work.
But how are we supposed to get through it?
At full power, I might command those zombies to do my bidding. I would have no need for the aid of some ragtag band of trespassers. It would be done in an instant. In this diminished form, I will need your assistance and guidance.
Statues again?
You're clever, trespasser. Well worth the gold I've promised you. If only you'd been at my side during the time of our clan's revolution, this manor would still be mine. As before, I will act as the blunt instrument to clear my path to revenge.
Look at all these
The smell down here.
safes. These are the Artaeum ones, right? Or like a bigger version?
Horrible.
Or is it like the
Come on.
furnishing vault?
Doesn't smell any worse than the awful pits back home. Got the stomach of a puny elf.
Okay.
Very well. Guide me, and let us end this indignity quickly.
Oh, I guess you have to get over there and turn the handle. Oh.
If I didn't know better, I'd assume you guided me into danger on purpose. Come.
Oh, so I gotta wait
try
for the...
again.
I gotta wait for them to flip. Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna be that. No, this is actually a neat puzzle. Or... I don't know if this counts as a puzzle. It's... Probably takes so long, I gotta get a handle on the timing, because now he might step on it. Oh no, he's fine. You took too long. Do it again. So you gotta do it like the second it disappears. Is it safe yet?
It's clearing. Oh. You know what? I'll let you go ahead.
Flesh crafting tools. Oh, lovely.
My flesh crafting tools. Blunted from recent use. How is that possible? Let us keep searching.
There's been a new necromancer in town, 'twould seem. Yeah, where's the valve?
I am situated. I defer to your guidance, trespasser.
I can't hold it.
Might have to send Valendir on a path around the traps. I think she was gonna say. Go on. I'll make sure she doesn't have to clean her lunch off her robes.
So how do I know the path here? Valve. Okay, so go to the candle, I guess. Oh, you're just gonna walk like... Okay. And then... Is it just the one and... Ah, that one too. That one doesn't really look like it's even in the way. That one for sure is in the... Well, even that might not be in the way. Okay.
The miasma clears. There's something here. A letter, I think.
Maybe your brother was from Ilhidel. Dear lad, it's been a month. I've not heard word from our conspiracy cousins in the manor. My scouts report no movement from the outside, no couriers, nothing. I believe that our cousin's attempt to kill Valandir may have ended in a stalemate. We both know how dangerous he is, or hopefully was. It would be an unfortunate fate for those involved, but really it could be the most bloodless and beneficial outcome for the rest of our clan. Our next order of business is to enter the manor and scourge of Valandir's work and research. Then we can secure the family's fortune and disperse it among our clanmates. We all have our gifts, and I grant that yours lies in combat. I defer right of first entry to you and the kin of your choosing. Dispel any traps you may find and eliminate any undead that wander there still. Yes, even the skeletal servants. They are most practical in every way, but we must remember that we have chosen to forsake necromancy in every form. We must act quickly in case the lizard folk discern that the manor is abandoned and try to take what is rightfully ours. I'll follow shortly with a company of laborers and priests. Together, we will ensure that Meridia's cleansing... Oh, sorry, the Three Queens Daedra. Cleansing light burns our cousin's necromantic devotion from the darkest corners of Coralania Manor. May our three queens watch over you. Oh.
I thought these shambling wretches looked familiar. My traitorous kin fell right into my trap.
So they swapped necromancy for Daedric worship. Not much better. Even Meridia.
Ready. Mark the way for me then.
What do we got? We have the cart. We have the valve. The bone pile. Is the cart safe to get to? I don't see any traps spawning there, so let's try the cart. Oh, he takes a weird path. Okay, then... Okay, so he's at the cart. Now what's between the cart and the bone pile? Are there any traps between the two? There's one right there. Okay, so wait for that one to go. Although again, that... Hey, what are you doing? Got distracted. Oh, you can actually see the traps. Kind of. They're like in... They're Daedric words in blood. Okay. No, not the... I didn't want to mark that. The bone pile. Go to the bone... Damn it.
Try again, trespasser. And be more mindful.
I had the
of
wrong
traps,
thing
will you?
highlighted. Okay, just don't be impatient. Wait for that one to disappear and make sure I have the right thing selected. This guy's having a hard time. They've reset like 4 times already. I wonder if there's a if you mess this up enough times the game just lets you do it. Kind of thing. I can't really see. Problem is I can't really see the valve. Okay, so there's one there. It's on. I'm gonna wait for it. No, what? It's like shifting between things. Okay, go get it.
The room is clear. There. Is that the spirit of my cousin Glenderval? Speak with him.
Who are you? Clearing the miasma like that? All these years I spent wandering after my shambling body, trying to guide it to one of those valves, so my cousin might collect it and restore me as promised. Was it all a lie to keep me out of the way?
Your cousin? You mean Valandir?
Valandir? No. Valandir is dead. Contained. This is all he's doing. For all our conspiring, we never knew the measures he planned in the event of his death. A curse trapping the souls of all who betrayed him. Damn him.
So you're the one that killed him?
I made the poison. But we needed another to pass it to his hand. Someone he trusted during the time of revolution. His sister, Mirianwe. Sometimes I hear her singing. She is still here. We traitors will always be here.
She was the one who trapped him in the soul cage?
Everything went wrong. I can't be sure. Wait. You know about the soul cage? You speak with Valendir. Please, if he is not your enemy, perhaps you can persuade him to release the souls trapped here. Haven't we suffered enough? Hasn't he?
I'll see what Valendir thinks.
Suffer in pieces, cousin.
No. Mercy!
I swore to protect this family, and this is the thanks I get? Traitorous scum.
Oh, he just obliterated that guy, huh?
Come, my most resourceful guests. Let us speak. I expected
You
treachery.
made me miss out on punching a ghost.
I think I might be sick again.
I expected treachery. I knew our extended family planned to forsake our necromantic legacy and bid the three
So who would be
queens for
three
power.
Daedric queens
But they
that
were
don't
no
like
match for my
necromancy?
mastery of death. So, they conspired my disposal by way of those closest to me.
Oh, why would someone trap you in the soul cage?
I've wondered the same thing. Whoever had the foresight for such an implement would need to understand a great deal of necromantic theory, a practice that much of the rest of my family was eager to distance themselves from at that point in time.
Except for the sister.
I was, and she had such a gift for it. But her heart was always with her music, and I never stood in the way of that, or tried to persuade her to give up that passion. Why then? Why would she conspire against me? Why pass me that poisoned cup?
Well, we searched everywhere. What else?
Is that an impatience for treasure I hear? Fear not, my obedient friend. The wealth that drew my clan's treacherous descendants for decades will be yours soon enough. Let us go to my chambers, where I met my end. There is something I must see.
Okay, where?
Turn to the manor foyer and head up the stairs. Turn right at the top, and you will find the door to my room. Make haste. I will explain more when we get there.
Really don't think Lirianwe was the one who killed
I
you?
will not entertain this line of questioning for another instant, trespasser. Not until we find proof of my sister's guilt. She was the only one I trusted completely. Of course, that would mean she was perfectly poised to murder me.
And your brother?
Siluron? Kill me? To what? Take my place? He wasn't a necromancer. And he never had the gall to kill a skeever, let alone his twin brother. Besides, we'd have seen his soul shambling around like the others. Siluron, don't make me laugh.
We're doing the parallels thing between your sibling and them. Ah, I see. These are good quests. Well, this one's in an actual point of interest instead of in a dungeon or something, but this is actually a cool quest. Yeah. What?
Leave the books, you little know-it-all. I'm not going anywhere.
You're just trying to ruin my fun because you haven't punched any ghosts yet.
I'm kind of like tuning them out at this point. They're not even remotely the most interesting. Ooh. Cool, thanks for lighting up the stairs. What the hell? Okay, that's someone else that's flying around, phasing through things. Cowering. Maybe it was your brother. Maybe they got tired of living in your shadow.
My quarters, where I died. Be my hands and eyes, will you? Search the room.
If it gets us one step closer to treasure, fine.
The great clan Corlania has plans to storm the manor and kill all who stand with Valendir. He knows this and he swore he would let no harm come to us. My brother is undoubtedly the greatest necromancer of his generation, but we are outnumbered. They will come with favors from their three queens to burn our family's legacy of necromancy from this manor. I know my brother better than anyone. We shared a womb. He will never stand down. He is blinded by ego, by his love for necromancy. It's true I never had a gift for his dark art. this dark art, but surely family is more important? It's my turn to protect us. I have conspired with Glendeval to save us all. With my cousin's alchemical prowess and with the soul cage of Valandir's own invention, I will see to my brother's end and safely, humanely trap his soul. We will submit to the demands of our great clan and go along with forsaking necromancy and worshipping the three queens. Then in secret, after time and suspicion has passed, I will turn the soul cage over to Lyri. She has learned enough necromancy from Valandir that when I surrender our brother's exhaustive notes, she will be able to restore his physical form. Given time and having him at our mercy, we can persuade him to turn his back on necromancy. He will agree. Family is and always has been the most important thing in our lives. I know just how I'll get him the poison, too. I'll start a quarrel with him, some trifle about servants that we've long disagreed on. I'll make a show of sulking away, then order our skeletal servants to brew his favorite blend of tea from the gardens. Glendeval will add his poison, and then we'll ask Lyri to bring the cup to Valandir as an apology. Oh. She betrayed without knowing. She will, of course, agree. Oh, no, she did know. Oh, no, she didn't know. She will, of course, agree. All her pure heart has ever wanted was to see peace between her two dear brothers. Sorrow. Moments after I sent Lyri away with the cup for Valandir, I heard a scream. Then I rushed to Valandir's chamber as my brother was dead on the floor and Lyri had dropped to her knees, clutching at her throat. The soul cage fell from my hands and responded at once, trapping Valandir's soul. I screamed myself then, for although the geode was intended for use on him, I would have used it to save Lyri if I hadn't accidentally activated it. Even Valandir would have understood that impulse, but her soul did not depart. When at last her body went still, her spirit rose from her form and looked from me to Valandir. "Oh, Sirlin," she wept, "what have you done?" "Why?" I asked her. Had she drank from his cup? Valandir said it tasted strange, she told me. She tried it for herself without thinking, and then it was my turn to weep. Oh. I went to my brother's reanimatorium to find Glendeval, who I had sent to collect Valandir's notes on necromancy. The place had filled with some foul miasma. Glendeval had nearly made it to the door before it killed him. His spirit, like Lyri's, lingered and wept. I gathered what notes had spilled from his arms and vowed I would return to restore his body, just as I would for Lyri. I was still formulating a plan as I departed, determined to set things right. That is when I discovered my brother's final paranoid trap upon this place. I cannot leave. I open a door, take a step, and am returned to the foyer. I jump from a window and find myself in the reanimatorium, perilously close to a wall of deadly miasma. I leap from the walls and land in my bed. I'm trapped here. Divines, what have I done? Damn you, Valandir. Curse you to your very marrow. To escape his trap, I must learn his methods myself. I have his notes, at least the pages I was able to salvage. By the only good fortune I've had in as long as I can remember, they instruct on how to siphon souls to prolong life. His soul will sustain me. This effort to learn the art that I never had a natural gift for will cost me nothing but time and Valandir's vitality. I will learn his ways and use his power to bring back Lyri Anway. She's innocent in this. I am not certain that I can restore her form, as I know Valandir could, but I think I can transfer her spirit to a new body. We are in no shortage of those, thanks to the centuries of the greater clan Corellania that came scouting the manor ahead of the planned raid to dispose of Valandir. So we have plenty to practice on. Once I bring back Lyri Anway, we will secure our means of escape from this wretched mansion. Whatever fate awaits us beyond these walls will be better than being trapped here for an eternity, casualties of my brother's cruel and pernicious whims. All I wanted was to save our family, but I'll save Lyri, no matter how long it takes. And when she asks, I'll tell her it was all Glendeval's doing. I've lost her this once, I won't lose her again.
What? Siluron was the mastermind behind this treachery?
Tarnished cup.
That cup. Lyri handed it to me and I took it without thinking. It's the last thing I remember.
Broken harp.
That was Lyri's. She had the cup in one hand and that in the other.
What's she doing here?
I knew we weren't alone. Siluron! Oh, Siluron, what have you done? Valandir swore to protect us. How could you do this to your own flesh and blood?
I'm not Siluron. What did he do?
He passed me the cup to give to Valandir. It was something he always did to resolve their quarrels. I didn't know it was poisoned. When Valandir said it tasted strange, I tried it for myself. Now I'm here, trapped.
What happened to Siluron?
He's here. He's always been here. trying to restore a mortal form for me. Each time his failure fractures me. There is so little left of me. I don't want to live again without my brothers. I just want peace. Please, stop Siluran.
Okay.
Her aura radiates suffering. Valendir, what can we do to help her? To help you?
To think that I labored under the delusion that a necromancer of skill was behind this treachery. Instead, it was my talentless parasite of a brother, Siluran, harming Lyri, leeching off my soul. Help me stop him, and my treasure is yours.
Okay, where do we start?
He wasn't in the gardens. It seems he sends the fragments of Lyri there to keep them out of his way. Placated. But we know he makes occasional visits to the reanimatorium. That much was clear from the state of my old flesh-crafting tools.
How could he survive the miasma?
I'm not certain. If he were practiced in necromancy enough to use thralls, why not command them to dispel the miasma? He must have been using it to his advantage. His journal said something about having no shortage of subjects to practice on, yes?
What does that mean?
He practiced necromancy on the bodies of those who
Whoa.
were trapped here, preying on kin and treasure hunters alike. But none have come for some time, have they? Until you and your... Wait. Where's Orbesh? She didn't touch the bookshelf, did she?
Oh, he actually turned around to look. What?
Orbesh was just
There is
here,
a passage
wasn't
to the
she?
man...
By the bookshelf? I wasn't watching. Where did she go?
I can't investigate the bookshelf. Oh.
Is it a secret door?
Ooh.
Orbesh! Orbesh! Where could she have gone?
Oh. Find the sister. Uh-oh. We're not gonna have one of those lessons learned too late moments, are we? I see a statue.
If Orbesh went through that miasma, she'd be dead. She can't be dead. Let's look around.
Clothing. A fog lantern.
Valendir, start talking or I'm going to take a lesson from my sister and start throwing fists. Where is she?
My brother, your tusked friend.
My brother needs your sister alive, Trespasser. We can save her, but we must act quickly.
Your tusked friend there looks ready to snuff me out like a candle. In this diminished state, I fear she could do so easily. That would not be ideal. Quickly, tell me, what did you find?
Cloth and a lantern.
Cloth matches the garb of your belligerent companion? She must have been taken this way. That lantern. I've seen one of its make before. My cousin, Ilhidel, carried one when she came to try to persuade me to give up my necromantic ways.
What's it doing here?
It's a relic used by Meridian cultists to ward against necromantic effects. Brought here by our dead cousins. It must be how Siluran survived the miasma. Affix it to that armor. Once I move, stay inside the aura of the lantern. Understood?
You got it. Alright, get in there. Ooh.
I won't be any help in a fight. But if you clear the path for me, I'll be right behind you.
He even walks even holding the lantern with swagger. Couldn't I just do this myself if I held the lantern?
I know the path well. So long as you keep the undead at bay, we should emerge unscathed.
Working on it, boss. Ooh, I can slot the skills now.
Stay close, Trespasser. I endeavor to keep you safe.
I appreciate it, guy. This Atronach does not want me to stay safe, though. Ah, well, can't loot that.
We're more than halfway now by my estimation. Keep going.
A long walk of faith.
Nearly there. Then we'll clear the way for Gauze. Her dedication to her sister is quite touching.
It's weird that there's ghosts of the necromancers here, because shouldn't they not be here if they weren't traitors? I assume she'll catch up.
We're lucky that valve is still intact.
I'm here. Let's keep going. Orbesh can't be far.
So there's a Meridian lanterns. Oh,
There she is! Orbesh!
Valandir! At last! Let us dispose of these trespassers, and we can use their vitality to restore you and Lyri. Nice try, Siluron. We found your journals. You've mistreated my guests and outstayed your welcome. As if I wouldn't welcome the chance to leave. You there! Why are you helping Valandir? I have no quarrel
Speak
with
up.
you, stranger. Someone who has survived the manor's traps this long must know better than to ally with Valandir. This curse, this whole manor was his doing. What sways you to the side of this
I mean, not
treacherous
really.
snake?
Not really treasure, but I guess that's the default answer.
That treasure is not his to give. Valandir had his time at the head of the table, keeping our legacy shackled to his putrescent art of necromancy. But I am the eldest twin. It should be mine. All of this should be mine.
Is that why you killed him for gold?
I don't give a right fig about the gold. I cared about family, the revolution. The followers of the Three Queens would not abide necromancers. Not Valandir, not Lyri. I killed Valandir so Lyri could bring him back. It was the only path to compromise.
Any chance you'd be willing to compromise now?
No, trespasser. I buried compromise and forgiveness around the turn of the era. I have learned and lost too much to make amends now. I just need a body for Lirianwe. Yours, or those of your companions, anyone's will do. Come then. See what I've learned.
Oh, I cut him off.
There you go again. Blaming me for your own shortcomings. You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, he ate him.
They sound like me and Orbesh. Let's get over there. We have to save her.
Ossuarium. How do you say this word? Ossuarium.
No, I've been trapped here too long to be stopped now.
Are you gonna turn into some big monster?
And I've put up with Orbesh for too long to lose her to some third-rate necromancer. Stop him!
Yep. Big monster. Does silence even do anything to a bone colossus? Capture Silurian in this. Oh. You have a red soul.
Your hand, trespasser. I'll take that soul cage now, if you please.
Oh, well, I guess if he's your twin, this is kind of what you looked like.
I told you I would find a more dignified form soon enough. It seems only fitting. Especially since Siluron was using my vitality to keep himself alive all these years. Taking his body is not suitable recompense for all he's done. But it's a start.
Was this your plan all along?
Trespasser, I didn't even know he was alive until you discovered as much. I assumed my murderer came from the ranks of those following the Three Queens. That they'd have killed him for his association with me. I was wrong to underestimate him.
What are you gonna do with Silurian now?
I've got half a mind to siphon his soul and prolong my years. To use him as he used me. And yet, some part of me pities him. I'd hate to copy his ill-laid plans. And I know Leary wouldn't approve. She's been through enough, I think.
And what's gonna happen to her?
I'm not sure. If I can undo Siluron's damage from his unskilled attempts to restore her, and if it's what Leary herself wants. Let us tend to them, Trespasser. Lirianwe and Orbesh. And then, Treasure. You have my word.
Orbesh,
Mama!
wake up! Damn
What's
you,
going
wake
on?
up!
How was your nap?
The brother! Siluron! He grabbed me! But I got some good punches in before everything went dark, I swear. Where are we? What happened?
You were gonna be used as a sacrifice.
Huh. That's not ideal. Well, thanks for not letting that happen. Gaz is here too? Figured she'd be glad to finally be rid of me.
Well, she was in a panic to save you.
Panic, I can believe. That sounds like Gaz. But saving me? You know, just before I blacked out, it struck me how much Gaz and I sounded like Valendir and Siluron.
Oh. Yeah, God said something similar.
Of course she did. Because she's always copying my ideas. I mean, she may chip my tusks sometimes. But I guess her coming to save me means we don't hate each other as much as those two elves did. That's gotta count for something, I guess.
The treasure is through that door, Trespassers. Go. I will follow shortly. Leary, forgive me. I never suspected Siluron would do what he did. I'll make sure he pays for it.
He deceived us both. I gave you that cup without thinking.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Valendir.
Stay with me, Leary. I'll succeed where Siluron failed. I'll bring you back, and we can reclaim our family's name together.
I don't think she wants that.
I'm whole again, Tiri. All I want is rest. Someday you will too. And then we will see each other again.
Well, that's kind of what I expected. It's just a leg here. Who built the Meridia statue? Well, God. Guy wasn't even dead that long. Holy whoa.
I can't believe it! I'm rich!
That-
We're rich, Orbesh. You remember how to share, right?
I told you the gold was still here.
Wow. That's a lot of flat textured gold.
I'm glad we saved Orbesh. And we found the treasure, just like she wanted. I really didn't anticipate this haunting going this way. And I'm sure Orbesh didn't either.
No. Didn't you both get what you wanted?
I suppose we did help Valendir resolve the unfinished business of his murder. But having him come back to life and take over his twin brother's body? That's gotta be a new one, even among seasoned ghost hunters.
You still planning on partying with Orbesh?
Seeing what transpired between Valendir and Siluron changed my perspective. They both wanted the same thing, just like me and Orbesh. In the end, their differences and stubbornness tore them apart. I don't want that for us.
You think Orbesh feels the same way?
If she doesn't, she will soon. And then she'll claim she was the first one to think of it. I'm kidding. Mostly. I don't know how she feels. I guess there's only one way to find out.
What's next?
I hope the next haunting I handle isn't quite so intense. And if Orbesh decides to follow me, I can put up with her punching ghosts if the need arises. It's much easier to share credit and gold if we're not rivals. Thanks for teaching us that. I suppose now I have to do the right thing and talk to Orbesh. And apologize. It goes against how we were raised, but maybe that's for the best. I've just gotta wait until her aura indicates that she'll be receptive to that sort of discussion.
What are you apologizing for?
I got all the credit for our first haunting. I should have shared it. But people made their assumptions because Orbesh is the way she is. I didn't stop them. I thought it might finally get her to stop following me and just go home.
Why are you against her following you?
Orbesh is everything the Stronghold wanted her to be. I was never good enough for them. Leaving home felt like I'd finally get the chance to be my own person. Her following felt like she was trying to take that from me too.
Do you think you're going to leave Solstice after this?
I'm not sure. Where better to practice ghost hunting than a cursed island? But I'm not keen on staying anywhere frequented by the worm cult. I'll figure it out in time. But this wasn't a typical haunting. There's still so much to follow up on.
Like what?
Valandir promised away his fortune without really thinking about it. He seems happy that Lyri passed on, but what are his plans for Siluran? Maybe Orbesh and I could keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't get into any trouble.
You'd consider working with Orbesh?
I might as well. If she's just going to follow me around everywhere. It's a different world from the one Valandir knew. We can help him navigate it. And maybe, in return, he can help keep me and Orbesh from ending up like him and Siluran.
You think you think you can keep him in check?
I can read auras, remember? If he gets up to no good, I'll be able to sense it. Right now, his aura is radiating pain and uncertainty. After almost losing Orbesh, I can see why. Losing family, even those you had a falling out with, can't be easy.
Mm-hmm. Where did everybody else go?
Daz really came after me, huh? Color me surprised. I didn't think she'd care if I got run over by an Achater. Guess I'm not always the one doing the following. I didn't get to punch any ghosts, but maybe I'll get lucky on my next adventure.
What happened in the bookshelf?
Siluran, right? He was waiting on the other side. I started throwing punches, thinking he was a ghost. He cast some sort of spell, and everything went hazy. I think he summoned skeletons to carry me. But Lyri, the sister, I remember her being there.
Eh?
No, her spirit, I guess. Or what was left of it. I don't know. Gaz could probably explain it better than me. She helped me resist Siluran's magic. I guess she's resisted every time he tried to bring her back using someone else's body.
Is that what made all the fractures?
Like we saw in the garden? I think so. Again, Gaz would know better. I thought Gaz and I were bad. We're really nothing compared to these Corellanians, huh? Guess that's some comfort. You can still come back from it.
Are you gonna thank her?
I guess so. Should probably do it before she can accuse me of copying her or something. Between us, she's not wrong about all that. Never thought about leaving home until she decided to. I didn't think about how our family would react.
How do they react?
Everyone suspected Gaz was going to leave. I was a surprise. I got a lot more attention. Marriage proposals, bribes to get me to stay, that sort of thing. You know, saying it out loud to you makes me wonder if that's why she hates me.
Jealousy.
Funny, right? That she'd be jealous of me. My whole life, I've been jealous of her. How she always knew her path. How she's never been afraid to be herself. Even if that self drives me up the wall most of the time.
Okay. And last but not least, what's gonna happen with you?
I'm glad we could all benefit from this arrangement. We all learn from our mistakes, I suspect. Siluran was always dim, but I think even he learned something. I learned to trust again, thanks to you and these siblings. Be well, Trespasser.
Are you gonna remove the curse?
Don't be absurd. Besides you and those sisters, the only one free to leave is Lyri Anwe. May her soul be at peace. Oh, and Siluran. But I suppose we can't say he's free to go when he'll be trapped in my soul cage.
What can you do with him?
I don't know. Never finding forgiveness is so very Siluran. I ought to set an example for him. Perhaps I'll let him out someday. Perhaps even give him a body. But for now, he deserves a taste of what he put me through.
What's next for you, Valandir?
First, I want to see what's become of my beloved clan Coralania. Don't worry, I'll behave myself. I've sated my desire for revenge thanks to you. But I am curious to see what became of those who turned to the Three Queens.
Be careful about the necromancy thing.
I appreciate the warning. It was only different in my time by virtue of seclusion on Solstice. Even you might have appreciated what we accomplished. Ah, but there's no point fixating on the past. Perhaps such practices will live again someday.
I mean, there are weird use cases for necromancy, like speaking to the dead and that kind of stuff, but I don't know about that. You think, if you're set on revenge, why not release the curse?
What? Remove the deterrence? So it can be picked over by treasure hunters or razed to the ground? No, trespasser. If all that remains of my legacy is this manor, then so it will be. May it serve as a mausoleum to the clan Coralania I knew.
Think you'll stay here?
Wouldn't you know it? Being imprisoned for uncountable years has given me a wanderlust I've not felt before. I suspect Gaz and Orbesh knows something of what that's like. Perhaps I could follow them. Or do they mean to part ways?
Oh my god, this would be a fantastic trio of the two sisters and this, like, ancient necromancer. They wander around solving ghost problems. I think they're still figuring that out.
I'll help them find reconciliation. It can't be any worse than reasoning with Siluron. And perhaps I'll aid them in these ghost hunting endeavors. Those of us with interest and experience in communing with the dead ought to stick together.
Ooh, that could be a fun recurring trio, assuming they do it right. It's weird, these fires are red, but they glow with a green aura. It's so weird. Oh, wait, I got something from that. Pristine Coraline. Oh, it's like actual treasure. That was a lot of gold for a quest. What did I get in? Oh, I guess because of the Twitch thing. Alright, you stinky cat. Give me some garbage.
Select your rewards, my friend.
And
You have
then,
no great
thanks for the
remaining.
gems.
Purchase more if you wish to try it. Goodbye.
Shut up,
my friend.
Akruti. Well, at least these quests, even if the zone is diminished compared to previous chapters, at least the quests themselves have a lot of meat on the bones. That was, I mean, let's see. I took about a 30-40 minute break, and I've done 2 quests and a little fetch retrieval thing. That's not bad. These are some nice meaty quests. I like that. So I will have to break for now. He might be back later today or might be back tomorrow, but I want to continue doing these quests. They're very good so far. I know there's a cool like fair thing going on over here. I want to see that. And then of course there is this village. I want to see what's going on there. So there's stuff to do. And I'll continue later. But that's it for now. So thanks for joining me. Come back. I'll have the next stuff up real soon. But until then, bye.